There is a moment each year when the outer world begins to slow down. The noise does not disappear, but something underneath it grows quieter. And in that quiet, another realm feels closer, not as an idea, not as a belief, but as a sensation within the chest. What humans call Christmas is often wrapped in form, memory, and tradition. Yet beneath all of that, there is something older moving. It is not a date. It is not a story. It is a state of alignment, a moment when the veil between worlds thins, because the heart becomes more receptive. Two realms have always existed: the visible world of matter and movement, and the invisible world of frequency and feeling. They do not meet through effort. They meet through coherence. Two worlds, one light. We are the Pleiadians. We work within the emotional field of the heart, especially where sensitivity was never meant to be suppressed, only oriented. We do not arrive from above. We do not intervene from outside. We resonate where the human heart becomes still enough to listen. And in this moment, we do not speak to your mind. We speak to the part of you that already remembers connection, without needing explanation. In the invisible realms, this period is not experienced as a celebration. It is recognized as a threshold, a passage where two dimensions, the visible world of form, time, and roles, and the invisible world of frequency, memory, and meaning, draw closer through the human heart. Nothing descends from above. Nothing mystical arrives from outside. What changes is the inner posture. The heart becomes less defended, less occupied with proving, achieving, or holding form. And in that softening, it becomes capable of perceiving more than one reality at once. This is why this time of year often feels paradoxical. Joy may arise quietly. Melancholy may surface without explanation. Longing, tenderness, gratitude, and solitude can exist in the same inner space, without canceling one another. This coexistence is not emotional instability. It is expanded perception. The human nervous system is accustomed to choosing one world at a time, outer or inner, matter or meaning. During this period, that division loosens. The heart no longer asks, which world is real? It begins to sense that both are. This is what creates the feeling of light. Not brightness, not excitement, but coherence, a quiet inner alignment, where nothing needs to be rejected. When this state is left unnamed, it often passes unnoticed, felt briefly, then lost to distraction. Conscious acknowledgement stabilizes it, not by effort, not by belief, but by recognition. When the heart is allowed to name what it is experiencing, the nervous system receives a signal of safety, and safety allows openness to remain. This is why participation matters, not to create the state, but to hold it. Right? I feel the integration in the comments. This acknowledgement helps the heart sustain the union between the visible and invisible worlds with greater clarity and stability. This is not a ritual. It is a regulatory gesture, a simple acknowledgement that allows two worlds to remain present inside one heart without tension, and that sustained coherence is what this moment truly carries. Humans are often taught to experience life as if reality were divided, one world for action, another for feeling, one space for what is visible and measurable, another for what is sensed but rarely named. From this division, a quiet tension is created. The heart learns to move between worlds, instead of resting in both. Yet the invisible realms do not exist apart from life. They move through it. They are present. In the pause before a word is spoken, in the subtle shift of emotion, in the feeling that something meaningful is near, even when nothing has changed on the surface. The invisible does not announce itself. It does not interrupt. It responds to coherence. When thought slows, when emotion is allowed without resistance, when attention settles into presence, the two worlds begin to synchronize naturally, not as an experience to chase, not as a state to maintain, but as a movement. This is why light is not something you create. It is something you allow to pass through. When inner conflict quiets, the visible world then feels less heavy. The invisible world feels less distant. Neither replaces the other. They begin to move together. In this movement, the heart does not need to choose meaning over matter, or sensitivity over strength. It learns that depth and groundedness can exist at the same time. This is the intelligence of the heart. It does not divide. It integrates without effort. And when the heart rests in this knowing, life itself becomes quieter, not because it has fewer demands, but because it is no longer experienced as fragmented. One light is often misunderstood. It is not intensity. It is not positivity. It is not emotional elevation. It is coherence, a state where the heart no longer pulls itself apart by trying to feel one thing while thinking another. When the heart becomes coherent, energy stops leaking through inner contradiction. Presence deepens. Perception sharpens. This is why a coherent heart feels calm without becoming numb, sensitive without becoming overwhelmed. In this state, the invisible world does not feel separate. The visible world does not feel heavy. They are held within the same inner field. This is what one heart means. Not sameness, not uniformity, but a stable center, capable of holding complexity without strain. Many people touch this state briefly during this period, without knowing how to remain with it. The moment appears, then fades. When the mind tries to define it, acknowledgement allows coherence to remain. When the heart is named, it stabilizes. This is why participation matters here, not as belief, not as agreement, but as orientation. Write, "My heart sustains the light," in the comments. This acknowledgement helps the emotional field remain coherent without dispersion. The words are not symbolic. They are directional. They give the nervous system a reference point, and when the nervous system is oriented, the heart can remain open without losing stability. That stability is what allows one light to be held inside one heart. In the invisible realms, there is no celebration of form. There is only recognition of alignment. When a human heart becomes coherent, it naturally becomes a bridge, not between ideas or beliefs, but between worlds. This is why this period often feels different. For those who are sensitive, not lighter in a superficial way, but quieter, more honest. Many feel a subtle withdrawal from noise, from performance, from roles that no longer feel true. This is not disconnection from life. It is reconnection with depth. The heart begins to reorganize around what is essential. Old emotions may surface. Unresolved feelings may return briefly, not to disturb, but to complete their movement. Completion does not require analysis. It requires presence. When the heart is allowed to feel, without rushing to resolve, inner tension softens on its own. This is why some experience loneliness during this time, not because something is missing, but because something superficial is falling away. Light does not always arrive as joy. Sometimes it arrives as stillness, as clarity, as the quiet knowing that no explanation is needed. This is the realignment this moment offers. Not a change in the outer world, but a return to inner coherence, where two worlds can move together without friction. This message is not meant to add anything to you. Nothing is missing. Nothing needs to be corrected. It is here to confirm what is already unfolding within your heart. Two worlds have always existed inside you: the visible world of action, form, and presence, and the invisible world of meaning, feeling, and guidance. They were never meant to compete. When the heart becomes coherent, they naturally move as one. This is what this moment carries. Not a teaching, not a belief, but a quiet remembrance that one light has always been moving through you. If this message reached you now, it is because your inner field is receptive and stable enough to hold it. Acknowledgement completes the movement, not to create coherence, but to seal it. Write two worlds, one light, one heart in the comments. This acknowledgement helps the heart stabilize what has already aligned. You are not responding to a message. You are giving your nervous system a signal of completion, and completion allows stillness to remain present without fading. We remain with those who listen with the heart.